Hey everybody, hope you're well. I have to chuckle because about a day and a half ago, former New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees endorsed current New Orleans Saints quarterback Jameis Winston as the starter, saying that Jameis is, first of all, is a hard worker and that the Saints need to develop what he calls pieces, in other words, players around him, and that the defense of the Saints has played an exceptional level, and he expects the organization to maintain that performance for some time to come. Those comments just made racist content creators active on Twitter and Facebook go apoplectic. They can't handle the fact that the one person they were counting on to denounce Jameis Winston just because they hate him, because he's a black quarterback who's good, is none other than Drew Brees. But what people outside the NFL, legion of players, have to understand is that the racism that they work under is not something that occurs in the NFL locker room. It is a true brotherhood. And the racists have to understand that they're not going to interrupt or crack or disturb that brotherhood with their own stupid, ridiculous, divisive, immature, low grade, know nothing ideas that are of a time that goes back something like 300 years ago. This is 2022. America is heavily integrated. Interracial marriages happen at a rapid clip every single moment of every single day. I prefer to call it interbreed rather than race because we're all one race, the human race. But the bottom line is this. Jameis Winston is a Heisman Trophy winning, record-setting passer. He set records at Florida State. He set records already in the NFL, in particular records in terms of yardage, and he will continue to set records, and I believe this season will post an even better career set of numbers than the previous season last year with the Saints. It's time for the racists to learn football and to understand time motion studies. Simply that if you are in a deep throwing passing game, you need, one, more time to throw the pass, and two, assurance that the receiver that the quarterback is throwing to has proper separation from the defender. That's something that the Bruce Arians offense, and I might add, the Dirk Carter offense did not take into account, hence the interception numbers. And it was Carson Palmer who said that a quarterback needs 2 years, not one, in Bruce Arians' system to master it, realize a reduction in interception numbers, interceptions thrown, and become better at it overall. Why did he say that? Because that was his experience. Carson Palmer expected the Buccaneers to retain Jameis Winston. They did not. They got Tom Brady. They got, as they say, one shining moment. How about one shining year? Got their Super Bowl. But they think they can wind it back. I think they're going to be in for an unfortunate surprise. But that's another story. And I like Tom Brady. But the bottom line is that the stage is set for Jameis Winston's greatest year ever. I can't wait. And people who are on the bandwagon about him for reasons that are racist need to look at themselves in the mirror, ask themselves what's wrong with themselves and how they can get better, and then join the party because it's going to be a lot of fun. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com. Oh, and by the way, I did make a comment about racist paid content creators. I'll double down on that. There are people like, for example, a certain gentleman out of Russia who has an in for Jameis Winston to look bad on social media, who has all these Twitter accounts that he's allowed to use, whereas some others are pointed for having multiple Twitter accounts when it's okay for anybody to have them. Just Google multiple Twitter accounts in Google. And the first result is from Twitter itself telling you, hey, you can do that. But I digress. And then there are people like the folks at CBS, the NFL on CBS in particular, who can't resist posting photos of Jameis that are insulting. Like, for example, his win, licking a win or eating a W photo, where they could have posted a photo of him that was far more respectful. The NFL on CBS needs to knock off that behavior toward Jameis Winston. It's racist. They are a big contributor to the problem. Okay, I said it just like that. You have doubts? As of right now, take a look at the latest NFL on CBS tweet about Jameis Winston. You tell me if I'm wrong. And then look at others and tell me if I'm wrong. It's the first time I called the NFL on CBS out, but I'm happy to go back and gather a whole list of their tweets and show you. Subscribe again. I'll check it out. See ya.